free world.
Yeah. My hitters be moving and shaking to stay out the streets. Yeah. Your hitters be hating, your hitters be looking so weak. Yeah. My hitters be moving and shaking to stay out the streets. Yeah. Your hitters be hating, your hitters be looking so. Snuff the shooter, snuff the looter, snuff the booster, snuff the money mover. Snuff the hater, snuff the player, snuff your hairline tape up.
Hail to the culture, and like Darius Geist, we are back in action. As always, it is your boy Rome here with my man Bryce.
Yo.
And then we got a lot to get into, man. So let's just jump into it, man. Bill Callahan has finally named Dwayne Haskins the starter. It only took 9 games and only 1 win in that span of 9 games to do it. Dwayne Haskins is now the starter in D.C. What are your thoughts and expectations for Dwayne?
I think I'm a little higher than most on Dwayne right now. I think that's kind of been that way since the beginning, and I'm not changing, man. I'm not jumping off the Haskins bandwagon. I think he's gonna get better game by game, and I think by the end of the season he's gonna be lighting it up, and he'll look like the 15th overall pick.
Yeah, I hear that. So over the course of he's going to be the starter the remainder of the season. Over the course of the next 7 games, I believe it is. What do you think his record needs to be? His win-loss record needs to be to validate him being the 15th overall pick?
Man, that's a great question, man. That's a great question because, like, I'll put it like this: I just got to see him win a game, and this is why I say that. I'm not going to be too concerned with the win-loss record because I know the team around him is not built to really win right now. In addition to that, I also know that his growth as a quarterback is not going to be determined by wins this season. Now, I want to see him in some clutch situations, and I want to see him thrive in some back against the wall situations. I want to see him have a good game. I want to see him have a 300-yard passing game. I'm going to judge him on things more like that just because I feel like the win-loss right now, especially with the way they're probably going to try to play, the brand of football they're going to play for the rest of the season, it's not going to really be all on him to even get the wins. They're going to rely on the running game. They're going to try to keep the other team off the field. And it's a lot of factors that are going to come down to winning football games, I feel like, the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of those points. For me, I do need to see a couple victories here. I don't want to see us go 2-5 over the next 7 games. It'd be nice to see Dwayne pull out 3 or 4 wins. You know, I think we could definitely pull off a couple wins. We got the Jets and Lions coming up. We'll talk a little more about the Jets game here in a minute. I think those are both winnable games, though, and it would be nice to see Dwayne get a good win at home against the Jets and then build off of that. He seems to me as the kind of quarterback or the kind of player that feeds off confidence. So if he can string together a couple good plays into a good drive, couple good drives into a good game, I think then he'll really start to take off once he starts to get his confidence up. But I need to see a couple wins for me personally to validate him being the 15th overall pick. Not too many. I'm not saying he needs to go 7-0, 6-1 over the next 7 games, but I want to see about 3-4 wins over the next 7 games out of Dwayne. And even if we don't, go ahead.
No, my bad. Finish that. My bad, bro.
Well, even if we don't see very many wins, let's say we do go 2-5 over the next few games, at the very least, the losses can't be because of Dwayne. It needs to be a situation where we're like, oh, Dwayne played his ass off, and then this and this happened. We had a bad call, or so-and-so gave up a touchdown, Josh Norman. You know what I mean? So something like that would have to be the reason for the losses. He can't be the reason for the losses if we do have more losses than wins over the next 7
games.
Yeah,
I feel that. I do feel you on that. I got a question for you now. So this is kind of piggybacking off, this conversation. Do you think, or what would you think? And I'm not trying to be, the ultra positive, drinking the Kool-Aid Redskins fan right now. But what if Dwayne Haskins 1 out for the rest of the season, bro.
Oh, there's the RG3 hype. It's back. It's probably a little bit bigger. Like if he wins out and we're 8-8 at the end of the season, that'd be the best 8-8 in the history of 8-8. There would never be a better 8-8 than that. That would be the craziest 8-8.
No, really. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Like, I got a feeling. I'm not gonna say like I said, man. I'm high on Haskins, bro. And like I said, I'm not gonna judge him by wins, but it would not shock me if like they just start stringing wins together. It just wouldn't shock me, man. Like Haskins is gonna start bringing something. Eventually, man, that arm talent is gonna shine through. And once that starts happening, I mean that infamous saying he had on draft day, the league done messed up. That will finally come to fruition.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. Once Haskins gets it, he's gonna get it, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing for Redskins fans. But another player that you just say you're high on Haskins. I've been high on this player all season, and I am hyped for this man's return. Darius Geis is coming back from injury. He's been cleared off the IR. They haven't really said too much about how many snaps he may or may not get in this upcoming game against the Jets, but I am ecstatic to see my man Geis come back, and I think he's going to tear it up over the next 7 games. Win or lose, I think Darius Geis is going to be a bright spot. But it does create a little bit of controversy and a little bit of debate with our guy AP here, because who gets more carries? Who gets more carries, Darius Geis or AP? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, that's a tough one right there. If you're going to say Geis or AP, I think you got to go with AP right now. I mean, just because AP is averaging, about near 4 yards a carry. I think he's averaging about 3.8 a carry. And, I mean, he's been solid for you this season. And you continue to give AP the rock, and you bring Geis along slowly, the way he should have been brought on to begin with. You bring him along slowly. You sprinkle him in. Chris Thompson's probably likely out for most of the season, going forward. So you rely on Geis at that third down, change the pace back. Not just third down, but also change the pace back, because although Geis and AP both run hard, they're not really similar runners. Geis likes to get downhill, but he likes to get lateral late. AP likes to get lateral early and then get downhill immediately. And Geis kind of likes to get lateral kind of late, man, and kind of, spin some runs outside sometimes. So I think that it'll be a good change of pace, and I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited to see Geis.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the two-headed monster of AP and Geis. That's what, like you said, that's what it should have been all season. I think that's going to be big for the team, and Haskins especially, if we have both those guys ripping off big runs. If you look at a lot of the other successful teams around the league right now, 49ers got 2 guys that can do it. The other team, I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but there's a lot of good teams right now that have 2 running backs that can rip off big runs. And I think Geis and AP can bring that to Washington for the rest of the season. But as we all know, man, we're 1-8, so we're not going to be overly optimistic. We know this team is trash. We've covered it, as you guys have heard, over our last few pods. We're not going to get too much into it now. We're going to try to stay a little positive as we focus on this Jets game. So what are your thoughts on this Jets game, Bryce?
Well, man, one thing I say about this Jets game, and just going into it first off, is that this is the most excited I've been for a Redskins game possibly since the first game of the season against the Eagles. I mean, just being honest, I am ecstatic for this game. So much so, I might go get a ticket for this game and just pay $30. They got $30 tickets to sit in the club level right now. I might just go get one of those, man, and actually go enjoy this, because I think this could be the start of something big. Now, the Jets as an opponent, I don't fear them. One thing that I am a little wary of is they put up points last week against New York, and I don't know. It's going to be tough for us to put up that type of points if that's the type of scoring they're bringing. But you know what type of game plan Callahan wants to go with. He wants to run the ball, throw when you have to. And doing that, you can keep the game low scoring like we've done in our past couple. So I don't know, man. Like what? It's tough to make a prediction on this game because I can see it going a few different ways, man. Like, and I don't want to. I've been calling the Skins to win a couple times this season, man, and they've let me down. I'm gonna hold off on my prediction. I'm gonna marinate on my prediction. But what do you think about them, man?
Man, I agree with you. I was actually thinking about getting tickets to this game myself. I don't fear the Jets as much as I probably should fear the Jets as an opponent. When you think about it, the Jets are a damn good football team. They've just had some bad breaks. I mean, Sam Darnold catching monos, that's kind of crazy. But their record could be a lot different had he played in some of those games, I think. He's a really good quarterback. Le'Veon Bell is a great running back. He hasn't had a great season. He hasn't had that signature game. Please don't let it be us. Washington defense, Greg Mineski. Please do not let Le'Veon Bell go off at FedEx Field and have his first big game as a Jet. Don't let that be us. But I think Jamison Crowder's coming back. I think he's going to have a little bit of chip on his shoulder. He's a great slot receiver, as we all know. Jamal Adams might be the best safety. He's definitely one of the best safeties playing right now. That play he had against Daniel Jones was insane last weekend. So, I mean, this Jets team is really kind of stacked. But with that said, they are 2-7. You are what your record is. So this is a game that Washington can get, and I think if their corners aren't that great, Jamal Adams is a great player in their secondary, but their corners aren't that great. If we can get this passing game going, I know Callahan wants to stick with this run. We'll see how this goes. KOC, I think, wants to throw it a little bit more. Maybe he can get the upper hand in the game plan in this week, but I think if Washington can find some success in the passing game, they can definitely get this game against the Jets at home. I've been predicting the Redskins winning a lot, and I'm going to do it one more time. one more time. I will go with it one more time, man.
Oh, man.
We definitely got to get this Jets game at home. What Haskins as the starter. Because this is how I've seen it all along. He'd be named the starter after the bye week, and then we start stringing together some wins. So a lot's riding on this. If we keep losing, man, I don't know how much worse it can get, but a 1-15 season almost seems unimaginable.
Yo, bodies are falling if a 1-15 season goes down. Hey, but one thing I'll say, man, is you brought up man, you got me thinking. You kind of got me scared, man. You brought up Le'Veon Bell. You said the words, "Don't let that be us." And man, I can't help but think, man. Like, if I had to put a percentage on it being us, I would say it's like 70%, bro. I would say it's like a 70% chance that Le'Veon Bell has his best game of the season Sunday. So please don't let that be us. I just want to. That would really upset me, man. But let's give some predictions, and we got to. Let's give some scores, man. I'm gonna go with Skins winning 2 because I don't think the Jets are anything to really be scared of, man. Like, they've got a ton of failed high draft picks. They've got Jamal Adams on, as I said, like you said, man, Play of the Year last week on defense. But on offense, Sam Darnold is he's average. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Skins. Dwayne Haskins throws his first career touchdown pass in the regular season, and I'm gonna say the Skins win 21. No, they're gonna have 20. They're not gonna get 21. They're gonna get 20, and I'm gonna say it's 2017. Skins 20, Jets 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Skins 23, Jets 20. We went on a last second field goal. But I think Haskins definitely gets his first touchdown pass in this game as well. It'll probably be to McLaurin.
Yo, I was just going to say that, man. It feels like he doesn't even look at McLaurin too much. Like, I was expecting like a McLaurin bomb early on in Haskins, Haskins playing. Like, that should have been one of the first things I felt like he should have been looking at.
Well, he had that one pass to McLaurin that he overthrew for the pick in the last game. So I mean, not the last game, but the game before last against the Vikings.
Vikings, yeah.
But hey, I mean, he's had his chance to start against the Bills. He had the 10 days to prepare for that. He's had the bye week, and now he's got some extra time to prepare for the Jets. So I mean, we've been playing softball with the critique of Haskins, but it's time for him to ramp it up, man. Like I said, even if we don't come out the victor in some of these games over the next 7, he can't be the reason that we're losing. Not as the first round 15th overall pick. He can't be the reason that we're losing. We need some type of reason for optimism. So hopefully, man, Haskins can keep it going and keep putting his best foot forward. I believe he will.
No, I'm right with you, man. I got a lot of faith in Dwayne Haskins, man. And it seems like, a lot of Redskins Nation has kind of hopped off the Haskins bandwagon after, a couple performances where he was just thrown in the game. And I'm not one of those people, man. And I see that you aren't either, man. We're both in the boat that, like, Haskins is gonna be a player. We gotta give him time. He's 22 years old. He hasn't played a ton of football in his life, but when it clicks for this kid, trust me, it's gonna be big time. You saw what he did at Ohio State once it clicked. Just give him time. It'll happen. Haskins is going to be a beast.
Agreed, man. So, you got any more final thoughts before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Just the same old, man. As always, you can check out all our episodes on the app, the Gas Network app. Type it in to the App Store or to the Google Play Store. Just type in Gas, that's GAS, space, network. And download the app, read our stuff, listen to the pod, catch up with me and Rome on Twitter. You guys know where we at. Let's do it.
Hell to the culture.
Hell to the culture.
Your hitters be hating, your hitters be looking so weak. My hitters be moving and shaking to stay out the street. Your hitters be hating, your hitters be looking so. Snuff the shooter, snuff the looter, snuff the booster, snuff the money mover. Snuff the hater, snuff the player, snuff your hairline, tape up and shape